And I hate Joe Rogan. And I hate Rogan. Old man, take a look at my life. I don't like Joe Rogan.
I got a good one here. Leave me Roganless, 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 Roganless. I do love Neil Young, by the way.
I want a hero who is double boosted. Fuck Jocko Wilkes. Keep on rocking if you're boosted.
Does this instantly get us a COVID notification on YouTube?
What?
Just that you said the word boosted and then just like their AI
Keep on rocking if you're boosted.
Damn.
Danny Booster, Chuck, boom, boom. Keep on rocking if you're boosted. Oh man, take a look at my life. I won't take your supplements. I don't like ivermectin. So Neil Young's had enough, dude.
He's had enough of the Rogans. You know what the funny thing is?
What?
He doesn't own his fucking music.
That was the best part.
He goes, take my shit off. You go,
Like,
yeah,
no.
No, you don't own it anymore. There's like literally his fucking shit is owned by like a venture.
Sony.
It's like BlackRock or something owns all his like, masters. And
he
they're
sold
like,
it all.
Yeah, he sold it all for like $400 million. And they're like, yo, take my shit off. And they're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I like the idea of us doing the same thing. It's like, listen, Spotify, you can have the Boyscaster call her daddy, but not both. Just going hard the other way. You go, listen, Spotify. I like how good it would be if Rogan when like he did the other way, where he goes, you know what? I also thinking about it, and you can have Joe Rogan's podcast on Spotify or Eve 6. Just pick some random band and give him an ultimatum.
Evanescence. Make the decision.
Yeah. You get Joe Rogan or you get Evanescence. You don't get both. Or you get lit. And I remember when I was on Spotify. Sorry, buddy. It's either them or us. Yeah, Rogan just says it's Everclear. You get Everclear or you get fucking Diaz. You get Joey Diaz or you get Everclear.
Don't get both.
Dude, there was a...
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
It was very much, he has very grumpy old man vibes.
Who?
Neil Young.
Fuck yeah, I told you. I saw him in Toronto.
You said you weren't happy with the concert. It was 9 hours of global warming.
No. The first half of the concert, he played first off, he's like 70 something. He plays like a 3.5 hour set.
Seems long for a 70-year-old.
Yeah, I was like very impressive. Okay, first set, it was 2 sets. First set, literally every song I could have possibly wanted to hear. I was like
some of the hits, so I could parody them right now.
Like everything, you just helpless, fucking everything. He played every single keep on rocking the free world. Everything he played like his best of for first, and you're like, this is incredible. And then the second one was he played with this Promise of the Real, which is like Willie Nelson's kid. They have their own band or whatever. And they were like his band. And then he has this Monsanto album that's against Monsanto. Remember?
It was his Monsanto. I was thinking it was global warming. It was the Monsanto. No, it was Monsanto. Era.
And so he was literally like, plays this fucking thing. And then second set, he comes out and he goes, yeah, we're going to play off the new album, which everybody wants to hear Neil Young's new shit in fucking 2016. They're like playing new stuff. It's weird because he should have mixed them in just like to keep everybody.
That's the oldest trick in the book. You sort
mix them in, for sure.
Okay, I gave you one of the big hits. Now here's 9 reasons why Monsanto's bad.
Exactly, and he just played the whole Monsanto album. And everybody's like, nobody knows one song,
and it's not even folky. It's like they're weird pop hits, like Monsanto.
Yeah, and it was like everyone was like, okay, I don't know. They just were like, we guess this is the chill part of the, and it was like it's 10 o'clock at night and he's playing. Then he bought all these cherries and he's throwing cherries at people.
What are the cherries about?
He goes, I got some organic Ontario cherries.
That's his fago.
Yeah, it is. And he goes, Monsanto didn't fuck these up, and he's throwing.
So that's what his thing is. He's giving people cherries to say
organic Ontario cherries.
This is one thing that Mark Gargano hasn't.
He goes because he's like, if this was a Monsanto cherry, I'd throw it. It would crush you. Yeah, it would just crush you because it'd be so big. The weight of it would just destroy you.
So he doesn't like Monsanto. He doesn't like global warming. He doesn't like Joe Rogan.
No, not a big fan.
Misinformation's a big.
Apparently, his thing was I saw something where he's because he had polio and he almost died of polio. polio when he
Playing
was a kid.
polio?
Playing polio with the fucking horse. And
Yeah.
Ralph
It was
Lauren.
a rough game.
And I guess that's his big deal because there was no vaccine for him at the time. It hadn't been invented.
Oh,
yet.
so that's his whole thing. Almost died of polio from
Yeah.
the vaccine, and he's like a big
Well,
vaccine
no, from not
guy.
getting
yeah,
the
yeah,
vaccine.
for not having one. So he's like real big into that.
Yeah.
You know what the interesting thing that I saw was, because there's a bunch of parts of it though. The first part is that yes, obviously it's like that's how they started getting the news or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They sort of get back because I read basically what happened was, you're right that he didn't own his music, but more importantly, while Mr. Young's Warner Music Group owned all of his music, he also launched his own streaming service in 2018 called the Neil Young Archives. So in 2018, he released a new streaming service, and they only have one person on it, Neil Young. Which is pretty funny, right?
Yeah.
We go, hey, we're going to be the new Netflix, but it's only going to have
Sounds like
Ryan
Truth
Long sketches
Social
on
a
it.
bit.
It's a little True Socially,
Socially.
right? So basically, he had this whole thing in 2018, which I felt like I was getting to the bottom of what was going on here. You pay $9.99 or $19.99 a month, or you can do $99 a year to access all of his albums. So it's just the Neil Young thing, right?
You can just buy them all for $100.
Or subscribe to a service for less money. Has
Well,
that
assuming
and
that
every
he's like
other
does
one.
the Taylor Swift thing where he's like, I'm not on streamers. So if you want to listen to
well, that's what
if you want, he goes, if you want to listen to Neil.
That was the original plan. He was saying Neil's music's only going to be behind this one specific paywall.
Yeah.
And then not as many people he thought was subscribing to the Neil
Yeah,
Young's paywall service, right? It wasn't the Spotify competitor that he thought it was going to be, right? And then, so in 2015, he said his content, he didn't want it to be devalued by the worst quality in history, and he's going on and on and on, right? So he's had a beef with Spotify for a while. And then he said he was pulling his music from the streaming services, right? But then the artist returned to Spotify in 2016, and he told Rolling Stone when they said you made this big deal. I guess it was 2015 that he left. I said it 2018, but so 2015 he left, and then when he returned to Spotify, Rolling Stone asked him why he abandoned his service and went to Spotify or whatever, and then he said that it turns out that's just where people get music. He goes, yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Like, as the old man being like, if people want my stuff, and then he goes, and then everyone's listening to music. It's the one guy being like, we're boycotting that bar, and then you know what I mean.
Of course.
It's the guy trying to get his friend group to boycott McDonald's by him not eating there.
Well, it's like, I mean, he's hoping that he's kind of going to become old and be like Johnny Cash versus like everybody else where you come old and you're just old and,
right,
not quite getting it. You're not getting better. Like,
so this is his like coming back to work just to quit again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the girlfriend that broke up with him, and then you get
and
her
they're
back.
like, you have a restraining order. You're not even allowed here, man.
So he's trying to get the girl back just so he can break up with her again. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. And who did he even release this to? Like, where did he make this announcement? He doesn't have social media. Like, he just like
Carrier pigeon.
Yeah, just he sent to.
Well, I think it might have been a press release on the Neil Young Archives. If you signed up to Neil Young Archives, you also get access to his press releases against misinformation. You go. Is it possible? Especially because a lot of the people like Neil Young is probably like fucking country boys and stuff like that too, right?
I love Neil Young. I think he's amazing.
I know. I like Neil Young too. And he said that he goes. He just comes out and he was like, Yeah. And then you get all my music, the weekly newsletter about Monsanto. They go, how about we just get the music? But
yeah, how about the music and everything? Just everything before like 95, if possibly.
Is that? It's
kind of where.
Yeah, you only get the new shit.